So if we look closely at the Harakeke, we can see that there's a new growth. It's actually a new plant coming through there. And I'll just move that aside. So you can see that Harakeke grows in a, people call it a fan-like formation. There's a central leaf, then a leaf that embraces that one, and one embracing that one, and they go from side to side. Okay, so this is the rito. The rito is like a baby, and that's the one we want to protect. Just as we protect our children, we ensure that that rito remains protected so it can grow strong. So the ones that are hugging that are the awhi rito. So we've got the central rito, and the ones on either side of that are the awhi rito, embracing that rito, or the mātua. Now, the ones, if we leave those three there, the ones that are either side of those three, we can cut, because we're ensuring that the rito is protected and the awhi rito or mātua are left to protect that rito, and so that principle of conservation remains intact. So the ones on the side, or the tipuna, we can cut. And so we take a sharp knife, this is a Stanley knife, and what we're going to cut are these three here, but we're going to cut them on an angle as low as we can to the ground, and it's an angle not going upwards but an angle that goes downwards. And the reason for that is any debris that washes down here will wash away from the plant. Okay, so we take our knife, this is just a Stanley knife, and we cut. Just pull it slightly away from that awhi rito and cut downwards. And I'm going to cut that bit of pakawha off as well. So if we move that away, you can see we've got the awhi rito here, the rito, awhi rito, and we're going to cut the ones either side of it on an angle going outwards away from the central shoot. That's pakawha, and just cut those off to clean up your bush. It's midwinter at the moment, and this one does need a good tidy up. So the parts of the rau, so we've got the pūtake is the base here, the very base. And so the take, which we've cut here at the base, and it starts joining here, and it stops joining about there, so that is the take. Anything above the take of the rau is the kauri, and that's what we'll use today. So that's how we collect harakeke, how we cut it. Some of the things before even coming out here today to cut it was lay in bed. Is it raining? Can I hear the rain? No, it's not raining. It might be a good day for cutting. Go outside, it's a beautiful day. It is not good practice to cut when it's raining. We've got a sharp knife, you might cut yourself. It's slippery, the leaf of a harakeke plant. It's also, the other side of it is in extreme elements, whether it's rain, frost, wind, the plant is not at its best to cut. And a weaver that has cut during those times and woven will know. So these tikanga are about two things essentially. It's about self-protection, making sure we protect ourselves, both physically and spiritually. And it's about protection of the harakeke bush, So we'll talk a lot more about tikanga and tapu associated with harakeke as we go on. One of the first things to think about when cutting is where you're taking from. So if you don't have harakeke on your own whenua, it's important to seek the permission of the people that you're taking it from. So even if I cut harakeke at my uncle's place and I've said to him the week before or something, oh, is it alright to come and cut? On the day, I will still make a point of going in and saying, is it okay to cut the harakeke? It's these, it's like a courtesy, but it's a bit more than that. So make sure wherever you're cutting from, that is the right thing to do, to cut from there. The extended version includes tikanga, tapu and karakia pertaining to the cutting of harakeke. Kia ora.